Scrapbooking can't get easier than following a sketch. That's right, a sketch helps you focus your plan, give you ideas of what to use and how to pull it all together. Hi everybody, it's Kathy here and I'm doing Follow a Sketch February and it is day number 2 and this is the lovely sketch we're using from Jato Gill. It is a simple, clean design and I'm going to play with it. So I'm going to show you from my kit that I pulled earlier this week from day 2's papers. I have that beautiful floral collection that I'll fussy cut, and I'm going to use this background here from Scrapbook Fantasies Happy Land paper, and it's going to be my base for this layout. Now in the sketch it's calling for a plain background. You know me, I can't do plain cardstock, so I'm going with this beautiful mixed media type background, and then I'm using Beautiful Family from Scrapbook Fantasies to create the rest of the layout. Now it is simple, guys. It's a really easy one, and that's a great thing about a simple sketch. You can make it as easy as you like or as complex as you like, and it's just your kickoff point. So I'm just trimming out the center of this paper because that's the one I'm going to fussy cut the florals from. I'm going to use the florals and I'm going to use that lighthouse for my photos. I also have a couple of other pieces of scrap that I want to use for the banners in the layout, and they also are scraps from my Scrapbook Fantasy pile. So what I'm doing here is I have used this frame that I cut the center from, and I'm now cutting a 1/4 inch frame all the way around. Now this is something a little bit tricky and something a little bit more different than I normally do. Instead of cutting strips of the paper, I have actually cut the frame itself to be a 1/4 inch all the way around. Now, because it is thin and it is tricky to work with, normally I would use my double-sided tape, but today I'm going to glue it down so I've got a little bit of play in it. So I don't have to get it lined up perfectly straight away. I'm going to play, and the glue thankfully allows me to have that little bit of measure because it is so flimsy being so thin. That's the beauty of and the trick of using paper. When it is thin like this, a 1/4 inch all the way around, it is very flimsy to work. So the glue allows that flexibility and allows me to actually take that little bit extra and place it down so that I have it in the correct alignment and it is straight. Now you saw those scraps there that I've cut into 1 1/4 inch for my banner tags, and I now have this one here which I've cut as 1 inch. Now as I'm working this layout, you know me, the sketch calls for 4 fishtail banners as the landing place for the photos. 4 for me doesn't work. I like odds, so I do actually add 1 more in, and that's okay because remember the sketch is a guide and we're here to play with the sketch and make it our own. So I do add an extra fishtail banner in it only because I need it to be odds, not evens. That's just me personally. I just really struggle when things are in evens when they're elements on the page. So I don't mind, like, you can put 2 photos on, that's great. You can put 4 photos on, but when it comes to the embellishing and the building up of the layout, I really do like the structure of odds. So I am double matting these pictures, and they are of my husband and my youngest daughter. I captured them when we were at the beach recently. They were sitting on the rock pile underneath the lighthouse, and they were having a conversation together and they were laughing together, and it was really good to just capture that moment. They were unaware that I was taking the photo, and it was just that little quiet time between father and daughter, spending time together and laughing and enjoying it. And it's always special to capture those in the moment photos when they're oblivious to the fact that you're taking the photo, but appreciative when they see it. So I really like to try and capture those when we're out and about because they're the fun moments of the memory for the person that you're capturing it for. Now I have also cut 2 2.5 by 1 inch strips in the dark brown brick, which is the reverse of that chevron, and that's going to be my kind of like tag in behind my photos. So that's bringing the brown from the photos into the layout as well. I am using what's it called, scorched timber. That's the word I was trying to find. Oh my goodness, can you tell I've been tired from work? Scorched timber to do my inking around my banners and to do that distressing to add that little bit of extra detail. Boy, oh boy, only a week and a half back at work and I'm struggling for words. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm doing this straight after work and I am beat. I can't help it, but I am beat. But I do want to get this video up for you and I do want to share the technique. So I'll persevere and I'm sorry if I'm dragging it for you. So these fishtail banners, as I said, are 1 1/4 by differing lengths, 6 and 7 and I think 9. Now that's not long enough really for my photos, so I'm going to extend them by cutting them in half and dragging them down the length of the page, and you won't tell because they'll be in behind the photos. And that's the beauty of using scraps. You can extend your creativity and your supplies by just cutting in half and extending, and that's what I will end up doing here on this layout. Now I am tucking in these, as I said, like a tag in behind the photos, and I'll do that when I'm ready to paste it down. I'm just going to have a play with my embellishments here, which I fussy cut from that paper that you saw. And I'm just going to stack up my florals and see the best arrangement. And I'm really not sure how I want it to be. I want to kind of stay true to the sketch where she had the florals in the 2 points. So I'm going to just have a little bit of play. And I went off screen and I adhered everything down. And this is where you can see that I put in that extra banner in behind. Now I did play around with those florals, like I said. I am just popping them up with a bit of foam underneath, and I just like the arrangement that I put in there. Now I took out that top corner one with the pinks in it and I added the other corner one with the blues, and then I dragged the blue down through to the lighthouse and the water so that it balances there. I went through my wood veneers and I was looking for some extra pieces to add to it where she had the stars in the sketch, and I found the little starfish and the little wheels, the wheels of ships. So once again I've left those in odds. Instead of doing 3 lots of 2, I've done 2 lots of 2 and a 1, which makes a 5, which is an odd, and I'm liking how that's balanced. I did color in my wood veneer with my ink, and that allows it to be balanced across the layout, and for that I used aged mahogany. I'm now using that aged mahogany, the black soot through this like cracked or crazed path stencil, which gives that effect down the bottom. It's an unbranded stencil. I'm sure I bought it from a cheap junk shop and it actually hasn't been branded. I just got it because I liked the crazed pathway look of it. I'm adding some water here into that mahogany ink that I had on my glass board, and that's going to allow me to add splatters around the layout, and I do like how this is coming together. The beauty of these oxide inks or distress inks, when you add water to them and they dry, they're very pale in the background. So they go on a bit bright, but then they dry and they fade to the background, which is really effective on a coloured layout. I'm just going to add in a little bit of journaling down here at the bottom, and it's just really saying who's there and where it was. I had to throw that other pen away. It's actually just being used up. Oh, I'm really sorry about the clicking in the background. It's making a lot of noise, and I really do apologize for that. There is my famed faux stitching just to finish off my edgings of things. I've decided that I'm going to do that onto some of the fishtail banners here, and the reason I've done that is because I thought those colors were blending into the background too much, so I just wanted to make them pop a little bit more. It is just that finishing touches that makes all the difference to your layouts, particularly if you want a polished finish to your layout. That's my personal preference. You don't have to do that because I did distress it with the ink, and that is also enough, but you know me, more is better, so I just keep adding. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. It turned out quite pretty, turned out effective. It does capture the moment, and it is a good memory for my daughter and my husband. I am going to finish off, of course, with my Nouveaux. You know I need my Nouveaux on my page. So I'm going to put sets of 3 into the 3 cluster points. So I have that cluster point there with the floral in the corner at the top. I have this one over here with the lighthouse, which is really important because that's a feature, because we were at the North Wollongong lighthouses. There are 2 there. And then there is a 3rd one down here with the wood veneers, and that's drawing your eye strategically around the layout, making you take in everything nice and bright and cheery without overworking your eye. The actual visual triangle allows your eye to rest and allows you to see the whole layout without being overwhelmed. So here it all is, up close and personal. That's a wrap for this one. Day 2 of Follow a Sketch February. I'm impressed I managed to get a second one done. I do have a kit for the first 5, so I'm hoping at least those will get done. You know, there is a full playlist. Go check out everybody who's playing along. There are some very talented, creative people out there, and they are sharing their talent with you. And if you go over to Scrapping Reflections with Sandy Reversky, you will find a whole heap more of inspiration. I'll have all the details down in the description box below. Make sure you go and check them out. I'll also add in Scrapbook Fantasies, where I got my papers from. They have a great range, and they've just been certified Australian made products, which is a huge achievement. So well done to them. Everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming back every time. Don't forget the thumbs up and the hype on a digital device. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'm aiming for 1,000. Here's my next video for you. See you there real soon.